So now we get to see the 18-year-old captain, Aiden Childs. His first snap in the Michigan State uniform. Wants to throw it on his first snap. Going downfield, bobbled, and was that picked off inbounds off the carom? It was not. Now you're seeing it again on the right side of your screen. Did Bugs Brown make that play inbounds? Initial look from us again, Brock, is a no.
Absolutely established control when that left toe is still on the ground. That's the one that I'm watching. I really don't. I mean, I like it as an incomplete pass, but, you know, when you look at it and look at that left toe, see what Brian Banks says.
After being initially ruled out of bounds, they overturned the call, and Florida Atlantic takes over after intercepting the first pass of the game. Up near midfield, too, with some pretty good field position. They think the ground game is going to be a key aspect of what they do. That C.J. Campbell, the running back, early gain of 2. They want to try to establish that early now for Michigan State. You got to emotionally bounce back after the early mistake. That's
one of the toughest things. Your defense is so excited to watch Aiden Childs get to work, and now before you know it, you're being handed your helmet saying, hey, it's your time to go. That was a pick.
Florida Atlantic also has a transfer quarterback in Cam Fancher, but they go to the ground again on the second play of the game. Fancher gonna go down, and the Michigan State defense answers back. Chris Bogle. Lupo boots it away, and Foster will watch that hop into the end zone. We brought in Mike 7 seconds into the game. I mean, we're getting everything out of the way early.
I'm happy he was finished with his coffee.
We got to see the new replay center in Rosemont. So they go to the ground this time with Nate Carter. Now Childs at dart, and he has Alante Brown over the middle receiver who's hoping to have a big year this season. Brown transferred to Nebraska last season. And the first completion for Childs, gain of 15, now he's gonna run it. Gained some weight in the offseason. You'll see his legs used in a designed way. And Childs will go to the air again, wants the deep shot this time in one-on-one. Had intentions for Glover. There is a flag out. This could and probably should be a first down. So up near midfield now, they go to Carter, the leading rusher from last season. Got a gaping hole in that right side, led by a good block from Christian Phillips.
You see what he can do with some space.
They go right back to him. Why not? Either way, that last area, the right side of the O-line, is kind of the new part of the O-line. And for the offense, it's the QB receiving it. Aiden Childs, he hands it off. And Carter, again, trying to power their way for Florida Atlantic. So 3rd and 6. How can Childs handle his third down? Ball comes out. Nearly the second turnover. So it'll be Ryan Eckley coming out to punt. Amari Hayes back to receive it. And this takes a Spartan hop. And a good start to special teams for Michigan State. He likes the natural grass surface here. All right, Cam Fancher in his own end zone, backed up against a lot of noise. They'll hand it off. You just get some breathing room. They'll fake it. Fancher pressured and drops. Safety. Dequan Dowse. First points of the season for Michigan State. Put 2 on the board.
How about that? A defensive tackle gets to say, I scored the first points in the new era of football. I hope he walks right over to his offense and say, you thought you were going to get the first points. Dowse is not the biggest guy, but what he has is a motor. You see him blow by that left guard right there. And when you talk about a new era of football, what better way to start it off than a safety?
Little room for Brown. Got a block and some room on this left side out to the 40 and sets up the offense with some really good field position. Gain of 32 on that return from Brown. The Childs on the play fake. They want to take the deep shot here. Take advantage. Good Foster. Oh, he didn't come down with that. Gotta love the trust they're showing in him early, especially after the interception on his first pass. Trust hasn't wavered whatsoever. turns 19 next month, a captain at 18 years old. On 3rd and 7, quick throw, flat, caught by Glover. Got a tunnel to open up for him, but is this coming back is the question mark.
That's going to be a legal shift. Not a legal formation, but in the same realm of
Third and 12. They've taken one deep shot on this drive. They need 12 here. Did they get enough on the Belling? They brought in motion to try to block and get this 2 yards with Carter.
Don't go far.
Giles rolls and has his target. Masunis, the tight end, got cut down. 2nd and 3. Playbook can open up here, but Carter got dragged down. 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far. They'll fake it to Carter, roll out, Masunis again. First down and more. They'll zip inside of the red zone for the first time today. Seeing that on their best drive so far of the game. Again, roll out to the same side. Giles having to improvise, which he can. Back across his body to Glover and incomplete.
I love it.
Go back to the balance and up the middle. First time we see Kayron Lynch-Adams.
Foster's going to come over, but that doesn't mean you cannot take your eyes off number 12.
3rd and 7. They look that direction. It's Belling instead blocking for Foster. And he got dropped down by Eddie Williams by the ankles.
He lost the ball.
And the ball came out at the end. And it's going to go to Florida Atlantic. So the second Michigan State turnover of this opening quarter derails their first trip down into the red zone. Florida Atlantic's last drive resulted in a safety. It's Campbell on the carry. It was MSU's last forced safety before that. You had to go back to December 5th of 2020 against Ohio State. But Dequan Dowse had the tackle in the end zone that gave this crowd some juice early on. But if you're Florida Atlantic, you made a good point to me. You can't let the underdog in a matchup like this feel that belief.
Absolutely. You have to step on that belief as early as possible. Michigan State has not done that yet.
Fancher, the transfer from Marshall, slides down.
To get down, I mean, it's so tough. Does he make contact with a quarterback who has slid? Yes. Is Jordan Hall already? Watch Jordan Hall nearly off of his feet before Fancher really starts that sliding motion. In slow motion, it's easy to justify. When you're flying around at 100 miles an hour, it's very, very tough.
Under a minute to go now in this first quarter. They'll pitch it. First time we've seen that in this. So now Fancher designed run, another slide. They're going to give him enough here for the first down as the clock winds down in the first quarter.
And we're going to look at this slide again. That is late. I mean, you have a defender who's making contact with your right shoulder pad before you even start the slide. It's a very tough situation.
Coach, despite an interception on the first play of the game from Aiden Giles, he has not wavered from the pass game. What's going to help him continue to settle in here?
Yeah, we got to kind of settle in as a group offensively. We got a couple procedure things, obviously finishing drives, not putting the ball on the ground. And so we got to stay aggressive. We still want to be able to mix the thing, throwing it, running it. And so really pleased where our defense kind of keeping us around this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
So here, yet another play where Fancher is sliding and it leads to some contact late. Both sides now getting involved with each other after the last hit, and Fancher's helmet came off. Never want to see that. Hope he's okay there. We'll dissect this and get another look at it.
Unfortunately, Jason, this is well, let's see the slide here.
It's
and unfortunately, Malik Spencer is flirting with ejection. And Spencer, based off that hand motion, is going to be done.
And we apologize for the official mic not working, but it is a disqualification for Malik Spencer. They'll run it with Mobley, who made Holiday miss. Lefty has to roll out. Being pressured here by Dunnigan. Now he'll use his legs and get out of bounds this time. They bring 5 on third down. Dart over the middle, intercepted. It's Angelo Gross with the pick. It's been a turnover fast early on, and Michigan State takes it right back.
You just need to go out there and play mistake-free.
And the last drive was the longest. The Spartans got all the way down in the red zone before the fumble. Go down the seam here. Florida Atlantic staff watched a lot of Oregon State film to prep for this. Ton of crossover in terms of film watching from these two coaching staffs. Childs has to improvise again here and scoots out of bounds. 5th third down of the day for Michigan State. They want one-on-one here, and that is out of the reach.
To his coach on the sideline.
Eckley, who has a big leg, will punt. Spiral boot down to Hayes. Lets it fall into his chest. Now cuts it back. Tried to spin out of trouble. It's Brown who brings him down. Midnight clock ring.
Yes, exactly.
I like it. Hole opens up here for one of your impact players. Campbell got dragged down by the legs.
Really, if they can play mistake-free, they can be the first one to get some offensive points on the board.
Fancher will go to the air. A rare throw. Second interception of the first half for Michigan State. And this time it's Martinez who has it. He is dodging through traffic, has just subbed in for the ejected Malik Spencer and gets his INT. Martinez had just stepped in for Malik Spencer and gets the pick. 4th turnover overall. We still got 12 minutes to go in the second quarter, by the way. Now it's Lynch-Adams hop-stepping through traffic. The hot hand right now is Lynch-Adams. Bounced off of traffic. Whistle did blow. Fans think it's a touchdown, but looks like it will be marked at about the 11-yard line. So no touchdown.
That's a quick whistle right there. Let's see if forward progress stops. That's brutal. Now, it was the referee on the far sideline who called that. So from his angle, if I could shoot him some bail, from his angle, all he saw was the pile of white jerseys.
1 for 5 on third down today. Second trip into the red zone. Fumbled the last time. Can they get points this time? It's Childs using his legs. Childs into the end zone for his first touchdown in the Michigan State uniform. An 11-yard Hayden Childs touchdown run. And Jonathan Kim taps on the icing on the cake there. Fancher and the Owls take back over, and Cal Halliday, the gloveless linebacker. Back to the grind game goes Florida Atlantic. That's where they wanted everything to start today. C.J. Campbell is who they go back to this time. A guy with a real business-like approach, picks up 8 there to get some of that yardage back for the Michigan State group. That linebacker group is going to be so important.
They are so deep and so versatile. You'll see Darius Snow, Cal Halliday, Jordan Turner, Wade Masters, Jordan Hall. You'll see them all throughout the year.
Fancher not facing pressure this time, finds Campbell, who slipped out of the initial contact but did not get enough. Another good stop for the Spartan defense.
Alante Brown did go into the medical tent earlier. He was the original returner.
There's a quick flag before that ball was even kicked. Contact made promptly.
And he is at his best when he's having fun. No one had more fun than Childs after his first rushing touchdown.
Thanks, Danny. Tanner Miller leading the way there for a big run. It's K-Ron Lynch-Adams. He hits the second level. He hits the end zone. 63 yards.
Jason, I'm going to give you a guess on who set the tone. Look at that center. Tanner Miller washing his guy out of there. K-Ron Lynch-Adams can crawl to the end zone if he wants him.
First explosive for Michigan State, and they're up 16-0. Longest career run for K-Ron runs, 63 yards, touchdown.
Could not have worked out better. Let him now follow your second-team All-American offensive lineman from a year ago.
Ball scooped up by Tucker. He gets brought down. Interceptions from Martinez and Gross, and then the tackle there from one of your guys you really like on this defense, Wayne Matthews. The Atlantic likes to move with a little more tempo. Michigan State's defense kind of dictating the pace right now. Nice move there from Zuberi Mobley. So mentioned Florida Atlantic. His defense has a 3rd and 3 here. Fancher and the Owls yet to convert on 3rd down. They will here, though, as he slides down. Got to be careful. A man or two miss to take over this QB spot. He drops back. Good protection up front, but a coverage sack downfield, but Fancher will roll out. And there is a flag down. You would think in a play like that, this could potentially be holding.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense. Number 55. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Oh, ball came out. Who can get to the bottom of that pile? Woods tried to get it for the Spartans. Fancher pounced down on it as well. It's Ed Woods in there, Cam Fancher in there, and it's going to stick with Florida Atlantic. We'll say Fancher got to it, but Michigan State desperately pleading their case. A loss of 1. Fancher back to the air, tried to go underneath to the crossing route, and his running back C.J. Campbell. 3rd and 11, a big one here. 1 for 4 on 3rd down so far. Fancher drops it off. C.J. Campbell makes the catch. Halliday trying to pull him down. Got some help towards the tail end there. This field goal for Carter Davis coming from 43 here. Rather, they had their short yardage kicker in Morgan Suarez.
But I love that volleyball just comes out guns and blazing. The best play, the best for that whole first week or so.
Always. Carter moving this pile here. Hurd trying to pull him down.
We're certainly hoping for a little more of that.
Aiden Childs comes back out. And now slings it over the middle, and it is caught by Jack Velling, his teammate. Childs again working off that run game like you said earlier as they fake it and roll out. I've seen that multiple times, extended the play, which he can do. He learned under DJ Uilangalele at Oregon State. Again, came in every 3rd series when he was with the Beavers. Hands off to Carter here, trying to carve some space over on that sideline. They've got Isaiah Johnson in now. They go deep. They were looking once again for Glover. This atmosphere, packed crowd, striped stadium, not a single seat without someone in green and white in it. Rolling on down and opting to pounce on that. So late half situation now. Little boost for Zuberi Mobley. 88 rushing yards for this Florida Atlantic offense to just 9 passing yards. They're going to try to run it again here. Designed for Cam Fancher. Slipped the initial tackle, then got hit by Charles Brantley, who's back after he missed the last 9 games a season ago at corner. Really cool story for Michigan State to see him back on the field making plays. But that will be enough for a Florida Atlantic first down. Now they're moving with tempo. Have the 3 timeouts to work with. Michigan State has all 3 of theirs as well. It's a group comprised mostly of transfers at wide receiver for FAU, so they're still trying to get the chemistry down. Pressure from the backside. That pass is caught Over the middle this time, a rare play through the air for FAU. They needed 10, picked up 11. It is Hayes on the catch, Martinez on the tackle. Again, clock stops as they reset the chains inside of the final 2 minutes of each half. To the ground they go with Mobley.
For a high-tempo offense, there's certainly, the Owls are certainly taking their time here.
More pressure to the sideline this time smartly. And then a catch made by Dom Henry. Are they going to say that was out of bounds? This is going to be a free play on the jump, so they go into one-on-one coverage, might as well. So now it's 3rd and short. They'll opt to run it, and they won't get there. Dragged down in the backfield. Great play from Chris Bogle. Loss of 4. They feel comfortable from 58 with Kim. Line drive punt. And a roll down. No chance of a Foster return. A little bit of an owl roll. He was recruited by the now Michigan State offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren. Running the offense, doing it well today. They opt to go to the ground. Had an explosive run play in this half with K'Ron Lynch-Adams, 60-plus yards to the house. They give it to Nate Carter to run out the first half of play. Learning his new teammates. His team will get the ball to begin this second half. Michigan State's defense started to really step up toward the tail end of that. Playing under new defensive coordinator Joe Rossi, who came over from Minnesota. And now back to the ground games. You bury Mobley being tracked out of bounds there.
Firmly out of bounds. Dylan Tatum just trying to get him on the ground, but that right there is one of the most dangerous things you can do as a tackler. Now look, he's off balance. He's trying to chase him down. He's not trying to hurt him, but you see that compromising position.
They're down a couple of scores to begin this second half. They'll fake the run. Rarely have they gone to the air in this game. One-on-one. It was Majid on the coverage.
Well, it's because the defensive back, he's looking for it. Now the receiver sees it, so the receiver is going to stop his momentum.
Tonight feels like hitting a reset button if you're a Michigan State fan. But this Florida Atlantic team, they have a tough, formidable squad. They won't give up. Experienced guy was flying around in practice yesterday. Fancher goes back to the air. They try to set up some blocks. They do have a first down. Really the first time, Brock, that Florida Atlantic's had some consistency through the air on a drive. All of a sudden, they're knocking on the door of the red zone. Fancher going to step up. This is what he does best, and he does scoot his way into the red zone. After that, get back into the play. Really tough kid. Was banged up in the first half as well. He's looking at the air. Woods is all in his face, though, and just has to drop it down. A little extra importance tonight, trying to start the Jonathan Smith era off on the right foot. Good pocket for Fancher. He's not afraid to try to get out of it, though. He gets dropped down. Look who it is.
Who else?
Ed Woods, number 4, sneaking up there.
Who else but number 4? Unfortunately, he's limping off the field, but that doesn't take away from his effort on this play. Fancher trying to bait time, trying to take off. Fantastic tackle yet again by a DB, yet again by Ed Woods. Hope they have it in the book. Now maybe the time.
Fancher has scrambled multiple times on third down. He gets popped. So this from 44. And Spartan fans celebrating because that is no good of the day for Florida Atlantic. You're feeling really good right now after that. They'll drop it down in and out of the hands. Rare drop.
Yes, Sam. Yes, that was not a beach joke.
No, it wasn't a beach joke at all. DeBoca said to drop it off. Back to Carter. Got hit hard by Morsan. Now Carter comes in motion here and gets some flags flying.
Snap infraction. Offense number 61. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
3 personal fouls, by the way.
Yeah. And Childs under pressure, using his legs to improvise and extend the play. Directing traffic. Got to get a lot of this back, though. Scoots into some traffic and got hit. Mari Hayes back to return this punt. Eckley with the big leg. He is backing up Hayes. Wow. Backed him all the way up to the 10. Hayes will scoot out of the initial traffic, then works his way up the sideline. Here is Hayes to the 40. Flag behind the play. Got up to the 48. Let's see what this flag is for. Way, way back.
During the return, illegal block in the back.
On the last series, made some good plays for in the green and white. They go to the ground game, and Jordan Turner got there first on the contact. Bencher will roll out, and pressure in his face. FAU's 1 for 7 on third down today. Pressure got there quick. It was Talley who had the sack on the last drive that got in the face of Fancher. As Florida Atlantic's going to boot this out of their own end zone. He's lining up at his own 45. You could be looking at possibly some really good field position here. He is going to run up and fair catch this. Well, one thing for Michigan State that they want to clean up is the penalties in this game. As they go up the middle of Nate Carter. This time they're going to use Child's legs. Trying to beat the freshman Hurd on the outside. Snuck inside of the 50. Play clock winding down here, 3rd and 5. They opt to run it. Trusting Carter with getting this first down on the ground. He returns the most rushing yards from that team. Little trickery here. They'll flip it out, work with Jerron Glover. First time we've seen some deception. Flip it out opposite way this time with Carter. Gets a block from this newly constructed offensive line. Somewhat reminiscent maybe of Le'Veon Bell with those hurdles he used to have back in the day. If I can give Spartan fans a flashback, right?
If you're going there, I'll meet you. Yes, sir.
Childs got that ball away in time. It is on time. Caught by Isaiah Johnson, who came into this game with no career catches. They've got Lynch-Adams in at running back. He already has 1 touchdown today. Gets swung down there. They go back to Nate Carter this time, flip-flopping the running backs. The tight end they had.
I hope FAU knows where he is.
That was at Oregon State. Bellin came over from Oregon State with Childs, with head coach Jonathan Smith. And now Childs is looking to the end zone. It is intercepted. It is intercepted and heading back the other way. Chance for a big return from Philip Dunham, the former Indiana Hoosier, who cuts it back well inside of Spartan territory. Second red zone turnover of the day. A return of 58 for Dunham. Some hope and energy back into this FAU team. Barry Mobley bounced off a tackle. Got to the outside, wrapped up by Cal Halliday. Fancher keeps, design carries, slid down. Again, that kind of late slide. You've seen it earlier. Angelo Gross, who had an interception for Michigan State with the contact there.
Angelo Gross thankfully stayed high on his tackle attempt, but this is that slide that was just a pain in their side for that entire first quarter. I mean, that is very late.
1 for 8 on third down. Florida Atlantic looking Fancher improvise, and he's ultimately brought down. The flag came flying in late, and there was a slight grab of the face mask at the tail end. You wonder if that was where it was. It's like that grab of the, you got long arms, of course, deep one down. But
it's so tough.
There's a grab, definitely.
It is so tough.
A grab.
So hard. I mean,
Barry Mobley with the run, and I'm right with you there, where Fancher and Florida Atlantic trying to put this in the end zone to pull within a score. And they're going to work it with some blocks on that left side. Gross made the tackle. Big third down. Noise coming from that MSU student section. Fancher has to switch sides. Intended for his tight end Zeke Moore, but incomplete. Cal Halliday was out there on the coverage. Roll it out to the end zone they go for a touchdown to pull within 1 score.
And unfortunately, miscommunication gave it an easy 6.
Important extra point. And after that extra point, a touchdown, theoretically another one, and an extra point puts you in front. So Childs has a target, open, finds him. It's Montoya Foster who puts his foot in the ground and gets out past the 40 for a Michigan State first down and gain of 16 to close out the third quarter. Michigan State offense takes over. Second play of this series, and moments ago, Danny caught up with Florida Atlantic head coach Tom Herman.
Thanks, Coach.
There was a jump. This should be a free play. They lob it up to Glover.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside. Defense number 97. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense number 11. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
Seen a lot of this tonight. The fake and then the throw down the field out of bounds and incomplete. One at Velling. Again, another Big Ten opponent, but lost by 6 to Illinois last year. They're down 6 today. And Kayron Lynch-Adams continues to bounce and break off tackles, taking their talents to East Lansing.
The tutelage of the legendary Larry Meir.
Handed off, right back to Kayron Lynch-Adams. Broke through 2 tackles, then gets cut down. Jackson Ambush finished off the tackle. Adjustment at the line for Childs, right back to the hot hand. In Lynch-Adams wants the edge. It held it to stay in bounds there. Success in the red zone with 12 who's in motion, Jack Velling, but they hand it off again. This time Carter in as Lynch-Adams gets a breather.
One of the worst, and they're looking to rectify that now.
Empty backfield for Childs. Haven't seen a lot of that. And Foster scooped that up. And getting some weight in, especially on the left side of the O-line there. 4th and 1. A big 4th and 1 here. Oh, Lynch-Adams got met by the Florida Atlantic D-line. Resetting things after the 4th and 1. Incredibly clutch stop for this Florida Atlantic defense. Michigan State has struggled in the red zone offensively tonight. Fancher a little fake. Let's check in with Danny.
FAU has a GOAT receiver on the sidelines in terms of their director of player engagement. It's Chris Carter, the first consensus All-American wide receiver for the Ohio State Buckeyes, an 8-time Pro Bowler. I caught up with him before the game. As he's in this new role, he says he wakes up every day and is able to mold these young guys' lives. I asked, are you having fun? He took a nice long pause. He said, this is the most rewarding job I'll ever have in my entire life. And it's a full-time job. He's in the office every day at practice and on these road games. And he is such a special mentor for all of these young men at FAU.
Thanks, Danny. Really cool stuff.
An open door policy is his mantra. Players can walk in at any moment that they want.
Big 3rd and 4 here. That is complete. A first down and more to Amari Hayes. They continue to get different guys involved. There is a flag out there.
Sideline warning, Michigan State. This is their first sideline warning.
Up near midfield, you wonder about the legs and tiredness of defenses as well in the second half of games.
Absolutely. The last position you want to be in games like this is when you have the lead, you're at home, yet all the momentum is with the visiting team. It's a scary place to be in, but this defense is going to have to find a way to figure it out.
That last stop felt monumental.
Yes.
For Florida Atlantic.
Yes.
And you mentioned their hope all night. They have injected some hope and life back into this sideline. Down just 6 here. Fancher will keep it, running away. Inside of the 50 he goes. Got to scoot past Vogel there and picks up another FAU first down, gain of 10.
A fantastic run here by Fancher. Able to beat the defensive end and then cut up field before Angelo Gross can really get a solid hit on you, meaning you get to fall forward for that first.
Spartans made some substitutions, get some fresh legs out there. George Johnson, the catch this time against Lippin through tackles. Mentioned how good the open field tackling was for Michigan State in the first half. Going to become even more bigger now in this fourth quarter, and a gain of 5 there.
Back-to-back plays now. The defensive back tackling for Michigan State has really harmed them, and it's been their strength up to this point. You talk about the exhaustion, and FAU's offense is kind of one-dimensional, but if you can't tackle, it doesn't matter.
It's almost like the skill set of trying to wear you down has now started to do that and become a positive in the second half. They're looking for George Johnson again. Charles Brantley on the coverage. Really excited to have him back. Some motion to work with. They give it to Mobley. He did not get there. Not enough for the first down. Now decision time.
4-down territory as FAU subs out a wide receiver and subs on a tight end.
I asked him what range do you feel comfortable with kicking field goals. They said maybe 51. It wasn't as long as Michigan State's comfort, so they're going to go for it here. Why not? That was Platt in motion. Fancher ran that direction, then got hit in the backfield. Turnover on downs. Excellent play coming up there.
They just can't play mistake-free right now.
Back to Nate Carter. Some good starting field position here. Lost by 6 in Champaign, Illinois last year to the Fighting Illini. Down 6 to the Spartans in East Lansing. This year, Childs got tripped up a little bit, kind of derailed what could have been a good play.
Big play right here. Down the middle.
Big play for the FAU defense. Childs wants it all downfield, incomplete, looking for Montori Foster.
Because those cornerbacks are press every play in his receiver's face.
Amari Hayes back to return the booming punt from Eckley as a head coach, and he's in search of another on a big stage here in East Lansing tonight as Michigan State tries to ring in the Jonathan Smith era on a high note. Fancher, dangerous crossing route. It is caught, though, by Hayes. It was Martinez who was flying in, though, tried to jump that route.
He sniffed it early. Fancher got it there. I mean, if he was a millisecond later, that would have been intercepted. Great job by Martinez to sniff it out, but just wasn't quick enough.
And Martinez already with 1 interception today. Back to the ground, Florida Atlantic goes. Cal Halliday up there. See if they bring it. Halliday backs up. Fancher will throw. Clean pocket for Fancher, too tall. And it's 3rd and 8. Fancher, pressure off the edge. Gross got there but couldn't bring him down. Now Gross gets back up, but Fancher gets it away. Fancher will roll, designed play to that side. You talked about his legs, slides down. Turner came in, and they throw the flag for the 2nd time today on that slide.
Illegal.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, late hit, with targeting. Number 7, defense. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct foul. Defense, number 7. Both penalties will be enforced. The ruling on the field of targeting is under further review.
So you heard there that the targeting call is under review, and the unsportsmanlike conduct as well to tack on. So
you're gonna see Jordan Turner right there again. It's that shoulder, forearm shiver.
After review, there is no target on the play. However, number 1 slide started at the 41-yard line. Therefore, he is dead. The ball is dead where he gets himself up at the 41. That is short of the line to gain. As a result, we have a turnover on downs. We will then enforce the late hit as well as the unsportsmanlike conduct foul, both on number 7. It'll be 1st down, Michigan State.
first play, they're trying to eat up clock and keep this drive going, but a really good tackle out of the edge by the leader of that FAU defense, Jackson Ambush, on Nate Carter. Trials will fake it. They want the pass game off the run game in this offense. Throw behind Glover. So now 3rd and 8, and the clock stops at 3:16.
Very close coverage. You see there, Day Hill just blanketing Jerron Glover, and Childs tries to lead Glover behind to sit down, but pass just wasn't where it needed to be. Now we sit on 3rd and 8 with a stop clock. They said they're remaining aggressive, and I like that, but this is the downside of it.
Just 3 for 12 on 3rd down today. This is the biggest of the day. Trials with good protection. Got it away. A strong throw, incomplete. He wanted Glover, and Bugs Brown was on the coverage with a great play there. And it's going to give the FAU offense the ball back with 3 minutes, 11 seconds, 2 timeouts, and the 2-minute timeout.
And you're going to see Bugs Brown all over Jerron Glover. I like the no call there. That is solid cornerback play. What a game he has had kicking in the door of Spartan Stadium.
6th punt for Eckley. Amari Hayes is back to return. High arching punt. And fair caught by Hayes. Wanted this stage, wanted this setting. Sold out Friday night crowd. One of the biggest drives of his young career with his team down 6. His legs will be a key part of it, but he gets brought down quickly. Interior of the defensive line was ready. Jalen Thompson was in there with Dequan Douse. Loss of 1.
And you're going to see number 9 just slowly collapse that pocket. And once he gets that arm on you, you are going down. He puts that 250 pounds of weight.
Fake it, and the throw looked like communication just wasn't there, so all of a sudden, very quickly, you got 3rd and 12 coming up here with 2:36 to go.
Fancher was expecting Milan Tucker to sit down. He kept running that slot fade, which is why there is nobody over there. And a big 3rd down coming up.
Spartan crowd is going to let him hear it. Just 2 for 12 on 3rd down today. Pressure was from Bogle. Fancher escapes, but to the sideline and did not get nearly enough. 4th and 8 for Florida Atlantic. Huge play here. Maybe the biggest of the game. Fancher over the middle, and that is caught. Hold in. Hayes with the grab. He has been big in this second half.
And that was a long developing dig route. So let's start with the offensive line, who held a clean pocket.
And now the up-tempo game right back to Hayes. Smartly gets out of bounds. So we're inside of the final 2 minutes now. We're on a 1st down. Clock stops as the chains are being reset. Smart play there from Hayes, though, to scoot out of bounds. Clock stopping at 1:49. Down 6, so you get a 6 for a touchdown would be your goal if you're Florida Atlantic. Then the extra point gives you the lead. Long field to go until they get there. 2nd and 7. Fancher steps up, almost had to hop over his own man, then got dropped by Jordan Turner. 101 seconds left in this game. 3rd and 15, and a big one for Cam Fancher. Bogle trying to track him down. Fancher directing traffic, and they're going to have another 4th down coming up. Fancher steps up. Green jersey's in his face, and he is dragged down. Got that off, but it's Talley, who was big earlier in this one, showcasing the depth of the Michigan State D-line to come up big and effectively end this one, barring a turnover. And you see the discomfort that Fancher is in after that play, and how much he must have been hurting going into this snap.
Cannot even imagine but Ken Talley, this linebacker room, this defensive line room, whenever a play needed to be made, helmet flew off, 6 or 7 times, fought till the end, and truly just hope that that hand is not something that will affect him in future games.
Reminder, if you want to find Oregon Pitt Volleyball, you can have that on the Fox Sports app. We'll rejoin that right after we wrap up here. You see Jonathan Smith, so ringing in the new era under his leadership. This isn't his first time in Spartan Stadium, Jonathan Smith, as you see his quarterback that followed him from Oregon State fittingly taking the knee. He was here as the quarterback coach for Boise State in 2012. Michigan State, Boise State, go back to that one. That was his first time here, and that was kind of when this Michigan State program was coming off, getting deep, postseason Big Ten championship games, winning big bowl games. And he said he wants to restore it to where it was. You've seen Rose Bowl wins. You've seen Big Ten championship games. They made the 4-team playoff. He wants it to get back to there. A lot of work to be done until then. But this start is one that he'll be proud of with his team after the game in terms of how they closed it out.
It took 4 years at Oregon State before he was able to get his first win and bowl bid. Regardless of what happens tonight, I'm telling you, that will happen in half the time here in East Lansing.
16-10. Going to be the final. To get the final handshake there for Jonathan Smith and Tom Herman. The final score for our awesome crew. Brock, phenomenal job. Danny Rogers down on the sideline. 16-10, Michigan State going to wrap this up, improve to 12-0 in Friday night openers. Mentioned we got volleyball coming up, Pitt and Oregon. Aiden Childs gets his first win as the Michigan State QB.
Coach, a win is a win, and this is your first as Michigan State head coach. What emotion comes to you first when that clock hits 0?
Yeah, obviously you're trying to win the game, and you'll take them however they come. I was really pleased, especially on the defensive side. Response, kept on battling. Obviously, we got a lot of cleanup offensively, but the response, our defense kept on coming back. We need to be a program that responds in adverse times.
That defense had 7 sacks and 2 INTs. Why did it just keep giving this team a chance to stay in it?
Yeah, they did. I mean, really, we hurt ourselves defensively more than anything. You look at how many penalties we gave them and all that. But really proud of the effort we played with. We got to clean up a lot of things, but we'll take a win.
You named Aiden Childs a starter for a reason. What did he reaffirm to you tonight?
Well, I think he had some flashes. We got to play some, consistent. That was a group effort offensively. It takes 11-man football to get on the same page. We were off quite a bit, and this is what we need to do. We got to learn from week 1 and obviously improve heading into week 2.
Congrats, Coach. Thank you.